Animal Insights by Animal Communicator Kara Seth. Have you ever wondered whether animals and insects feel fear? You might have noticed that your cat or dog may seem to feel this way sometimes. But what about other animals? And how can you sense if this is occurring? All animals feel fear at times, and this is also true of insects. Here are some of my experiences. I was painting an outdoor patio one day when I started to feel fear. When painting, walking in nature, and doing activities that calm us, we can become more receptive to sensing the emotions of those sentient beings around us. So, as I felt this fear, I felt curious and stopped to look around. Sure enough, I saw a large spider, about 2 inches large, sitting in the corner of the patio roof. I was picking up on the spider's fear. I apologized to the spider for coming into his space and moved on to paint another area, letting him know that he could take the opportunity to find a safer space if he wished to. Another time, I was painting an outdoor carport when again I felt a sense of fear. I again stopped to look around, and sure enough, there was a wasp hovering beside me. The wasp seemed to be wanting to enter a hole in the steel carport post. I moved away so that he could enter as he liked. Although he is scared of humans, the wasps at my home seem to know that we have a peaceful energy, and so they leave us alone. Notice how, in both these instances, the insects felt fear. It is generally in their best interest to be cautious of humans, and understandably so. We humans are giants compared to them, and we can inadvertently end their lives with one step or a slight movement. As many of our parents said to us when we were kids, that spider is more scared of you than you are of it. Another day, I was walking through my front garden when I noticed that the birds were coming unusually close to me and seemed to be following me. Were they trying to tell me something? Sure enough, as I went up to the bin, there was a young fairy wren in the bottom. When the bin had been emptied that night, the lid hadn't shut, and it was placed back onto the ground, open. This poor little bird had gotten stuck. This tiny, sweet bird was of course fearful, so I tipped the bin onto its side, hoping that she would come out. But she was still too afraid. So I gently reached in and pulled her out of the bin, and set her down near a garden hedge. She quickly jumped into the hedge, and I saw her little bottom tail feathers wriggling as she slipped into the bush. It was very cute. I later tuned in to her fairy wren community, and they sent me the message of all of the fairy wren birds joining together in a big love heart to thank me for my assistance. I remember another animal communicator speaking about a baby piglet who was rescued from a pig farm. As the little piglet looked out at the humans, guess what her message was? Although she had been rescued from the appalling circumstances of the intense pig farm, she was worried about her family and friends who were still on the farm. Knowing the suffering that they go through to become food, she was fearful and concerned for them. It's interesting to think about the energy of our consciousness and our emotions. When a large number of people have joined together in meditation with the purpose of bringing peace, experimental evidence shows that crime rates within the community dropped during the period of time that the group were meditating. So, if we can increase the energy of love, harmony, and peacefulness by focusing on these, what happens when millions of animals in one location feel intense feelings of fear? What energetic consequences does this have when millions of animals feel this all at once? As the late Nicholas and Helena Roerich have written, try to carry out a psychic energy experiment near a slaughterhouse, and you will receive signs of acute madness, not to mention the entities which attach themselves to the exposed blood. This sounds scary, and it certainly is. The feelings of fear and anguish that the animals feel are broadcast into the universe. The energy is dense, and the act of killing these animals also attracts a lot of dark energy and also those unfriendly entities that go on to affect us and our societies in very unpleasant ways. Thankfully, many people are showing compassion and kindness to the animals. They are living their lives more kindly so that the birds, insects, stray cats, and all the animals that they befriend will benefit from their kindness. And they are adopting vegan diets so that the animals won't have to feel the anguish and fear during their lives and their deaths. This kindness consciousness is powerful. It uplifts our world. Do you remember the movie Monsters, Inc.? The monsters powered their society from the feelings of fear that they collected when they scared little human children. But they soon discovered that they could collect way more power when they used a loving approach and brought joy, laughter, and delight to the children. This movie is a reflection on us and our human societies. As we raise our own love and kindness and bring love and kindness to humankind and all of the animals, we help to power our planet with love consciousness. If we all held this consciousness and let all humans and animals live in safety, our world would be a harmonious paradise. So let's be kind to all animals. Let's lift them out of fear and into love.